Wrestling fans, last night was the go-home show to TLC. And honestly, it wasn't that bad of a show. It was not that bad of a show, wrestling fans. It showed dominance of the challenger for the WWE Championship, AJ Styles. It showed dominance of the challengers for the Tag Team Championships, the Hurt Business. All that plus so much more happened last night on Monday Night Raw. We're going to discuss it right here today on this review. Before we do that, every single one of you knows what to do, and that is to hit that subscribe button down below and also hit that bell with it. It is appreciated. It gets you notified of everything that I upload to this channel. Wrestling fans, give me a like and a comment as well. And of course, go back and watch anything you have missed on the channel. If you are a subscriber to this channel, thank you for following along with the journey. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you for starting your journey right here on this channel. Now, wrestling fans, let's dive into Monday Night Raw last night. AJ Styles, what a run, what a night he had on Monday Night Raw. He's ready for TLC, especially after the night he had last night on Raw. Taking out Sheamus, absolutely wiping out Sheamus with the steel chair after their matchup, tied up to the ropes, guys, and just waylaying him. Chair shot after chair shot after chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. As if picking up a victory wasn't good enough. Picked up the victory, hurt his leg, and after that, waylaid him with chair shots. Guys, that was great. The Miz and his storytelling at the beginning of Monday Night Raw. You know, guys, The Miz was telling a story about how AJ Styles was going to become the WWE champion at TLC, and about how no one's afraid of Drew McIntyre's Scottish sword and all this different types of stuff. Tried to kind of make it into this Christmas storytelling. And then towards the end of it, he said that AJ Styles was going to become the champion, but if he did not, if he was unsuccessful, then we are going to have Mr. Money in the Bank cash in, and The Miz was going to become the champion of all WWE. Now, wrestling fans, you're going to get my full preview and predictions of TLC later on this week, but guys, it would not surprise me if The Miz at TLC cashed in Money in the Bank. Just keep that in mind. If you plan on tuning in to TLC on Sunday, keep that in mind, okay? Because that is a very big possibility. Now, let's move on to the Hurt Business. Absolutely. If they don't give them the tag titles at TLC, I don't know what in the world they're doing with them. They pick up another victory on Raw in that six-man tag team matchup. Jeff Hardy taps out to the full Nelson of Bobby Lashley. Okay, wrestling fans, the full Nelson of Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley puts the full Nelson on Jeff Hardy, and we get him tapping out. Guys, once again, the Hurt Business on a roll in the WWE. Give them the tag titles. Add more gold to MVP's Hurt Business. Add more gold to the Lounge. It only makes sense. If you don't, WWE, what are you doing with them? Seriously. What are you doing with them if you don't give them the tag team championship? What are you doing with them? Now, I would like to see Riddle take the title off of Bobby Lashley. Take the U.S. title off Bobby Lashley. I know he's having this little friendship tag team thing with Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Bros, or whatever they're calling themselves. But I would still like to see Matt Riddle be the United States champion, and how he gets it, beat Bobby Lashley. But guys, let's just face it. Hurt Business needs the tag team championship. What better place to do it than TLC cap off their 2020 with tag titles. Now, wrestling fans, let's talk about the women's tag team championship. Speaking of tag gold in the WWE, Lana got hurt last night. Storyline, supposedly. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler took her out. And Asuka has to find herself a new tag team partner for Sunday. Honestly, I was a little surprised because of all the wins that she was picking up every single week. Lana was picking up win after win after win after win after win. She even got a win on Monday. She even got a win last night over Nia Jax. And of course, Nia Jax and then Shayna Baszler took her out. She got hurt, and now Asuka has to find herself a new tag team partner. And quite frankly, you'll get my full preview and predictions of what I think about it. But just to give you a small kind of hint of who I think it's going to be Charlotte, who's going to be the replacement. And then we're going to have new tag team champions on Monday Night Raw. I think that's what's going to happen. Y'all let me know what you're thinking about that in the comments below. Full preview will be later on this week, okay? Full preview will. Now, let's talk about the main event of Raw. Excuse me. Let's talk about the main event of Raw. Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles. Because quite frankly, that's pretty much the only things that happened on Raw last night. Sure, they had some other, small things that happened, but as far as the big, major, important things leading into TLC, that was it. Guys, AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre face to face, talking to each other. One last promo before TLC. AJ Styles, point blank, tells Drew McIntyre, look, you've never been in a TLC matchup. The weakness, guys, all this stuff. You need to really pay attention to this match on Sunday. Really need to pay attention to this match on Sunday, because I think it's going to be a barn burner, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest matches, best matches on the card. Promo itself spoke for itself. It just did. AJ Styles laid it out that he has weaknesses now ever since becoming WWE champion again. And since he lost it and then became the champ again, guys, absolutely great. Drew McIntyre laid out who he really was. I really wish he would have talked a little bit more about his history becoming WWE champion and everything he had to go through. I don't really want to hear about how he beat Brock Lesnar and all that stuff anymore. I don't want to hear about that. His journey about being Intercontinental Champion and then being released and coming back to WWE and through NXT and then coming up to the main roster and being with Dolph Ziggler and all that stuff and then becoming WWE Champion. That would be a great story of telling us who Drew McIntyre really is. But just short, sweet, to the point. Don't want to hear about the Brock Lesnar and then beating Randy Orton and that kind of stuff. No, don't want to hear it because that's same thing we hear every single time. Drew McIntyre tells us who he really is. And outside of that, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt once again proving that they are the best rivalry on Monday Night Raw. By far the best rivalry. 100%. And if The Fiend loses on Sunday, they are doing The Fiend a great disservice. He needs to win. Randy Orton needs to put over The Fiend on Sunday. He does not need to beat Bray Wyatt on Sunday. He doesn't. And this is your Monday Night Raw review. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a big thumbs up. And of course, a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. And until I see you again, catch you on the other side.